Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
Before I introduce you to my first guest, I'd like to show you a little bit of footage I took the other day in Puerto Banús at the official launch of a new art gallery called Twisted. Thanks to Georgina Shaw of Shaw Marketing Services, there was an awesome press calling to begin with, followed by quite a party, and it was a very successful event, and I know the gallery is also going to be very, very renowned in our city. So let's take a quick look before I welcome Dylan King to the programme. I'd have to say both.
That's
definitely going in.
We are all the same. So much trouble tearing us apart. Poison arrows shoot straight to your heart. We can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your time. Let the feeling into your soul. You're on your way. No need to hesitate. Time to make a change. There'll be no trouble tearing us apart. Brothers, sisters, one beating heart. We can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your time.
As promised, ta-da, my first guest of the programme for this week is a young man who, together with his partner, has opened up Twisted Art Gallery in Puerto Banús. The celebration was fabulous. The gallery is very, very chic. The cocktail was wonderful. The food room, I believe, with Mariola responsible for that. So, Dylan, welcome to the programme.
Thank you for having me on.
And how cool, you're Dylan King.
I know.
I don't
Great
think
name.
we're related, though.
No, I don't think so.
No, but now at least we know each other.
Exactly.
And it was a delight to see you and your partner at the inauguration.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely to see how many people
Yeah.
came out to support the initiative. Were you a bit surprised?
I wasn't surprised. It was fantastic to get such a great turnout. But bringing all the exhibiting artists and having a few of them present, we really did feel and believe that there was going to be a great turnout, and we were glad it was such a success and so many people enjoyed themselves and got to have a first-hand look at all the art that we were exhibiting.
How long have you been in Spain?
Spain, only since September of last year. That is when I first met my business partner, Kevin. Coincidentally, we bumped into each other in Soto Grande, where we both moved. On his second night of moving there, we sat down together at a table directly across from each other in a restaurant. Kevin and my dad went to college together about 30 years ago and hadn't really seen each other for the past 15 or 20. And it just so happened, hence the name Twisted. It was a twist of fate. We sat down beside each other just as we had both moved all the way to Spain from Scotland and bumped into each other.
So that is a beautiful story, undeniably, and it just shows you things are meant to be.
Exactly.
And if you let things flow, everything comes together. But probably I would still think perhaps a surprise to see the joyous reception by everybody who came to the event, because it was quite a party. Do you like how we do it Spanish style?
I definitely do, yeah. It was nice to see everyone enjoy themselves, go late into the evening, and above all, enjoy the art and have a nice drink and a bit of food.
Well, I was delighted to thank you very much for the invitation. I really enjoyed the event. I went a little bit earlier because I wanted to actually see the artwork so I could also record it before everyone got in there. We wouldn't be able to see anything.
Yeah.
Opening up a gallery in somewhere as emblematic as Marbella and Puerto Banús, how did you decide which were the artists that would be a big enough attraction to warrant your ambitious project?
So myself, my family, and Kevin, my business partner, have been collecting art for decades. We're avid lovers of art, and all the exhibiting artists we have, we're really passionate about. We really like their art, and we've been collecting it, like I said, for a long time. When we first moved to Soto Grande, in, nearby on the Costa del Sol, we realised Puerto Banús, being such a prestigious area, didn't really have much of a scene for the type of art we sell, the sort of modern, pop art, contemporary art that we're such avid lovers of. So when we both decided that it would be a great place to exhibit everything we have back in the UK that we've collected for many years, it was a no-brainer to see how it would fare exhibiting it in Puerto Banús.
How did you go about the process of finding the right location and then the refurbishment, making it as you wanted? It must have been quite a daunting experience.
Well, for us, obviously, just being an art collector, it's a totally different environment and scenario to display it in a gallery and exhibit it for other people's taste and how other people might like it. For us, we've spent years building up relationships with artists and other galleries and collecting art that we feel we like. But putting it into a gallery, creating a welcome and opening space that everybody can enjoy the art, hopefully, was a bit of a challenge, but we feel we managed to nail it on with a nice, modern, sort of chic
twist.
Chic twist on a nice sort of domestic but also homely feel in the space we have.
While I was there the other evening, it was lovely to watch one of the artists actually doing some of his artwork.
Yes.
Tell us a little about this gentleman, and then we'll go on to some of the other artists.
Yes. So we had Pure Evil there live on the evening, hand finishing artworks for all of our lovely guests that made it there. He is a London-based artist, a London-based street artist who's been prominent in the scene for the past 20 years, a great friend of ours and somebody we've been collecting for many, many years. And he was kind enough, along with another host of different artists that we arranged to have present on the night to discuss and share their artworks. And Pure Evil, Charlie, he was kind enough to hand finish art on the night, which gave not only our clients, but lots of other different parts of the community an insight into the type of art we're selling and how much effort and skill goes into what they produce.
It was very nice to see the humility of him. I had a very quick chat. He was very busy. I didn't want to take his time, but can I record you? Yes. And he was there. You could see he was also enjoying the buzz that was going on. So we've got Charlie, Pure Evil. Give us some more of your artists.
So we had Opaque, who was present there as well. He, again, is a London graffiti street artist. He was there present on the night to discuss all his artworks and his backstory. He comes from a very interesting background, how he's reformed his life and turned everything around. And his backstory reflects a lot of what his art is, the repetition and the pop colours that he produces. We had the Corner Brothers present as well, who again use sort of thought-provoking ideas and witty phrases to create different... They have a pop fiction series and Penguin book series that we were exhibiting that are really quite charming and provocative, thought-provoking. They've got lots of different genres and styles that again can transform a space and make any room a bit more vibrant and fun. And finally, we also had Tim Fishlock there, again very similar to the Corner Brothers. Great sort of artwork that can transform a space and make anything look a bit more fun and a bit different.
How does one evaluate the difference between someone who's just doing pop art and someone who is a collector's dream? What does that differentiate? What changes it? What do you look for?
I guess art is all about how it's perceived by each person. Obviously, there's art for the masses and there's art that each individual can appreciate. What we have found and what we have done with the exhibiting artists we have and what we are exhibiting, it's art that we all love and appreciate and have collected for many years. So the art that we are exhibiting is art that we think is amazing. There's a backstory to it, and there's a real passion driven behind the artist as to why they're doing what they produce, and the attention to detail and the skill they have in what they're creating.
So you're greatly influenced by the artist's story, personal adventures, and how that is portrayed through the final product.
Correct.
Product.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's a product.
And at the
An
end of the day,
expensive one would have to assume to pay the rents in Puerto Banús.
Yes. Being such a prestigious area, it obviously did come with that. But we felt, like I said, that there wasn't really anything really showcasing what we have, and we almost felt it was our duty, being such good friends with a lot of the artists we're exhibiting, that there wasn't really anywhere for them to be showcased, and we felt like we should do that and give the Costa del Sol a taste of what we find so interesting, wicked and awesome to look at, and that's what we're there to do.
I have to say that having a few empty walls in my own place, as I walked around, there was a couple of pieces that I do get what you say. It creates a space just by having that piece of artwork. You really don't need anything else. It says so much.
We really do have a range. We have something for everyone. We have statement pieces that are investment art and very expensive and big, and you know, you can walk in and be wowed by what they say and what they have or how they look. But we also have, like I said, multiple different smaller size pieces that you can transform a space or brighten up a home. There's lots of different sort of variable pieces of art that we have that hopefully everyone can enjoy.
Will you and your business partner be at the gallery to explain the special, unique facets of every single piece?
We are. We're always there on hand to explain everything, give people an in-depth explanation as to what the art is, how it's produced, who produces it, any information that clients would like to know about the art or the artist. We're always there on hand to explain. And of course, we will be available by appointment as well, which you can organise if you want a more personal touch to arrange.
And you've got a great little terrace there. I mean, the party
yes.
was so good. I mean, you should perhaps, you know, incorporate a little like oyster champagne bar.
Certainly.
Because it was a very cool space to hang out and then be able to look at all the artwork.
Definitely. We were obviously going to do lots of different solo exhibitions, evenings, events in the gallery. You know, we'll do things with, like you said, we had Mariola with the food room, or different bars or restaurants or other events and people's and local businesses and the community in general we'd love to collaborate with, because we have such a great space, not only for exhibiting our artworks, but for networking. We are very open to, we want to keep the ball rolling and make sure that we stay prominent and people know where we are and what we're up to, and that we can have them down into the space to appreciate the art we're exhibiting.
So an exciting new place to hold your happening in Marbella, so all kinds of opportunities coming up there.
Correct.
I have to say there were loads of pieces I liked, but I found quite curious the 3D ones with the Disney, with the Warner Brother characters and things. That was really, and I could just imagine you putting that in a bathroom or something. Just gives you a lot to look at.
It does give you a lot to look at,
Talk about.
exactly. Like I said, we have lots of different art that's really, really portrayable in lots of different spaces and areas. And as I keep saying, it can really transform a space, a home, or a bar, a restaurant. There's lots of different things for everyone, hopefully, in our gallery.
You say for everyone, but I imagine everyone with a healthy budget, because I think a lot of people are a little bit wary of walking into an art gallery, assuming that the prices are going to be out of their reach and therefore they don't go in. Are you open to any pocket also popping in and having a look?
We have a great range of price points. You know, we have things starting as low as €800. We really do have a vast range of art. Like I said, small pieces of art, you know, or small monetary value pieces of art at just €800, right the way through to art worth hundreds of thousands of euros that can be a statement piece, an investment, lots and lots of different things, and all the way in between.
And you've got the people there to tell you all about it and help you invest and spend your hard-earned money. What more could we ask for here on the Costa del Sol? Lovely to meet you. Really a pleasure. Thanks again for a lovely evening.
Yeah,
and I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more of Twisted Art Gallery in the days and weeks and months and years to come. May it be so.
Thank you so much.
Don't go away. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, hey.
my dad was a very organised gentleman. He had his insurance brokers and all kinds of things, policies for health, for everything you can think of. Except when he passed away, he had done absolutely nothing. And I think the whole family were taken by surprise because, as I say, he had everything so well planned. But there are some things I think we don't like to plan for. And yet, for the benefit of the family, however unpleasant a subject it may be, certain things should be discussed, which is why I'm actually quite delighted to welcome to the programme Ruth Ford of Compare Funerals, because I think she can give us a little bit of insight into funerals, funeral plans, particularly for those of us living abroad. Ruth, welcome to the programme.
Hi, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. I've met you, I think, at the Business First breakfast. Big thank you, Sam Campbell, for those lovely get-togethers. And then it came up that you're into funerals,
plans.
Trying to think of like the most cheery way of talking about the subject. But it is something that I include myself, I haven't done, and I don't like to think about, and yet I know, as I just said, that it's something that for others' benefit that should be kind of a priority in some form.
Exactly, because when we actually live abroad and we have our families elsewhere in the world, maybe we don't want to leave the situation to close friends, to deal with, which it isn't a nice situation, is it, at the end of the day? So by putting a funeral plan in place, it saves a lot of upset and a lot of aggravation, a lot of toing and froing, because as we know here in Spain, we do have quite a bit of red tape, and funerals is also quite a bit of red tape as well as. So by having something sorted out already, it really does help not only the people that are close to that immediate person that are here, but also families that are further afield as well as.
Also in Spain, everything happens very quickly. So they expect the funeral or whatever is going to happen to be done with actually very few days. So if nothing is in place, it is even more traumatic because there's so little time to get it together.
You're absolutely right. I mean, a Spanish family would, if that person's died in the morning, they would have the cremation or the burial that afternoon. It's really, really fast. And they expect, the Spanish culture is like that. Whereas us coming from the UK or other countries, we're used to maybe a funeral being 3 or 4 weeks, So we're in Spain, we have to respect their customs, and therefore that's one of the reasons why it's so fast.
The idea of having a funeral plan, is there much difference between one plan and another? What would be the pointers to look out for?
Well, there are several different plans. The plan that Compare Funerals actually brought to Spain is called direct cremation, which is very, very popular in the UK. And we've actually brought the price of funerals down. Normally a funeral would have been around at about €3,500, and now we've brought that down to €2,250. That's a big jump in the right way, which is great, of course. But we have the cost of living problem as well as, obviously, food's going up, electric's going up, and so for something to actually come down in price, I think that's actually rather remarkable these days.
Especially when it's for something that's so tragic, so sad. And the last thing one should be saving for, I think, is for their funeral. So if you've got a plan or something in place, does that mean you can pay little by little? And what's the kind of format of?
Absolutely. Some people just pay for it outrightly and
have it €2,000
and then it's done. Yeah. Some people don't want to do that, or maybe can't afford to do that, so they can do a deposit. And then with us at Compare Funerals, we can actually do interest-free credit up until 5 years. However, if that person was to pass away within the 5 years, then the family would have to make up the balance of whatever was left.
Can I ask what kind of steps need to be taken that a policy would cover?
There are various different types of plans. So first of all, we have the direct cremation plan, which is very simple. It's collecting the deceased, taking it to a mortuary, doing all the necessary paperwork, which is the biggest thing here, is getting through all that red tape. And then we deliver the and the paperwork back to the family. So that's one type. Another type is that somebody might want an actual service, which we can provide that as well. And if they have a service, it is slightly more money, but then the body is kept, I call it, in the fridge for 4 days. It's actually the mortuary, of course. And then they've got time for the family to come out and pay the last respects and have the service too. And one of the other ones that we do is actually fly the body back wherever it needs to go back to. That's a whole different saga and really, really complicated, but it can be done.
And I suppose obviously it depends on the person and the requirements and the commitments back in other countries. It is an interesting subject to talk about, based on that there's one thing they say that we can't avoid, and it's death and taxes.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, we don't have to talk about taxes right now, but we'll go with the other. How did you get involved with this? How do you find it when you go to talk to people? Because you're doing it quite joyfully right now. I mean, it seems to be, we could talk about,
Yeah, quite. Well, what happened originally, how I got into funeral planning, was that I went to a funeral, and unfortunately the person that passed away didn't have the service that they should have had. Funerals aren't nice anyway, let's face it, but this was even worse. So I sort of came out of there and I thought to myself, it just wasn't right. Meanwhile, I had been approached by a couple of other companies to sell funeral plans. My background is customer service and that type of insurance in the past. And so putting the two together, that's what I ended up doing. But I was only going to do it for a year, and here we are 11 years later.
Well, obviously you're enjoying it, and I suppose the aspect to focus on is that you're helping people, taking away the fear of the unknown, making it quite easy to, because everything you said seems to be quite simple and makes sense.
It is. It's very easy. We take down a certain amount of details. I have a person's card, or they do a bank transfer for the deposit or payment, and then they deliver the paperwork back to them, or it gets sent in the post. The most important thing is that they actually have a card, and on the card they have the telephone hotline number. I call it the get out of jail free card.
You meant to ring when you're dead?
Not that person.
Oh, I just
someone else.
I just passed away. That is really good technology.
Someone else to phone. And that number is English speaking, and it's 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, unless of course it's a leap year. Then it's 366 days.
So that's nice in the sense, if you give a loved one or someone in your circle, they have the card. God forbid anything happens. When it does, then they know exactly who to call and the procedure, as opposed to just, as I say, apart from the heartache and the confusion that goes with it in the
Exactly.
beginning.
They know what to do. And us ladies, we like to be organised. I say more ladies than men, dare I say. And I do find that people, once they've actually put a plan in place, I can see the shoulders have gone down, they're smiling more, they're not so apprehensive, and they're more relaxed about the situation. Because don't forget, this isn't going to happen tomorrow. This is going to happen many, many years down the road. But it's just something to have in place. And it's, what is it at the end of the day? I would say peace of mind.
Just one question, perhaps it's obvious, but can you only do cremations, or can you be buried? And do you have a say where you're buried? And
you can have a burial. It's not underground like it would be in the UK. It's in a niche, which is in the wall here in the Spanish cemeteries. So we can do that as well. But 99% of our clients, they actually opt for cremation these
so you're not
days.
getting these like family, what do they call them, the vaults, where you get the whole family.
The whole family are
the whole
in there.
family is like, you know, little country, what is it, like on the beach side, the final resort.
Yeah, no, they don't tend to do that. They tend to really have a cremation these days. And then they can do whatever they want with the ashes, which is nice, because a lot of my clients, they live from all over the world, so a bit of Fred maybe stays in Marbella, a bit of Fred goes back to the UK, maybe he goes to South Africa or wherever. So that's really nice for the families, because they can scatter the ashes as and when they wish, and do a service also as and when they wish, as well as if they do the direct cremation plan.
After 11 years, I'm sure you must have some curious anecdotes. Can you bring to mind now anything that's particularly tickled your fancy?
Oh my goodness, there are just so many. But one that really pulled at my heartstrings was that this lady I met, her husband passed away. It was up in one of the villages, so there wasn't a lot of English communication. And the funeral director actually invited the lady to push the button for the body to go through into the furnace. It's just like, no. And that's one of the problems if you don't have a plan, because funny things or very upsetting things in this case happen.
Right, which with the customs being so very, very different, as you say, in the hills or in the...
Yeah, and that was out in the, I call it out in the sticks somewhere, you know. So, yeah, that wasn't particularly pleasant. Hence, she got her plan done, so her family doesn't have to go through the same trauma as what she did.
As I say, the unknown is always scary.
Of course.
So the more you can get a grip on it, the better I think it is for everybody. I didn't expect it to be quite so comical and entertaining, talking about the
glad
plan.
about that.
But I suppose that is the way to focus it, in the sense, because you talk about death all day, so...
Well, the thing is at the end of the day, it's not going to be happening, we hope, in the next week or so. So the fact that it's a long, long time off, the money is kept in a secure trust fund, so that is there for when it's needed. And it's really, if you like, it's a paper exercise, like we would insure our car, insure our home.
And the offices are based in the UK, or it's called Compare, or is it a service that actually like just goes whatever's out there and says I'm going to compare it and just make it better?
Make it better. Well, our office is in San Roque. I am actually head of Andalusia, but I travel all around, and I mainly meet people in their homes because that's where they actually feel more relaxed, and they have all their information that they want to give me. An IE number, next of kin, and so on and so forth. So a lot of people like that.
Well, it's really nice to know that there are people like yourself who bring such a chirpy attitude to such a cheerless subject.
I know it's not nice, but once it's done, I can quite assure you, people are they're just smiling because it's something off their list that they know that they need to do, and often it just needs like a nudge just to get round to doing it. Doesn't
got
it?
the nudge. It's just
Got
been
the nudge.
I felt the nudge. I'm taking the dig. I'm sure that was a little dig. So, yes, but that's what it's all about.
It is.
And I think a lot of things is just repetition, keeping on your mind until that moment it's like, okay, today's the day. I'm not sure today's the day, but soon.
At some point.
Yes, soon. At least it's now an objective that just makes sense. Well, Ruth, thank you ever so much for coming to the studio. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, good.
If you would like more information on Compare Funerals with the lovely Ruth Warner, do get in contact with her and just ask the questions you want. As you can see, she's quite charming and willing to come and visit you at home. So couldn't be simpler. Thank you so much. Don't go away, because we'll be back in just a moment with more of what's going on in Marbella right now.
Alright guys, so I'm the designated driver tonight, so I'm going to choose the Zero Hero place. So all of my soft drinks are for free. And if you want to go somewhere else, just check out the Facebook, Instagram or the zerohero.es website for any of the bars, discotheques or restaurants on there. I'm happy to go anywhere you want to go, as long as it's Zero Hero.
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Banús.
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
Regular viewers will know that I like Boho Club Marbella. How can you not know? I've done quite a few reports from there. I'm always talking about it off air as well. And in fact, my son-in-law's sister is going to celebrate her wedding there in August. So I'm delighted to welcome to the program the lady in charge of events at Boho Club Marbella, Ana Lopez herself. Ana, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Nicole, for having me.
It's nice to see you here. I'm always coming to see you
Yeah,
there,
that's true.
which I love. It's one
It's
of the
true.
most exquisitely beautiful places we have in Marbella, undeniably. The decor
Thank you.
is lovely. The staff are all dressed so beautifully. It doesn't even look like a uniform, really, because everyone's just so beautifully dressed. It's like going into a Hollywood set.
Thank you so much.
You must be very proud to work there. Everyone looks very happy working together.
I am, really I am. It's a very special place with a very different vibe, and we all, yes, we are a very nice team all together.
I think one of the most surprising things is the mix of the 5-star exquisite luxury and service, because it is sommelier. I mean, every single detail is 5-star plus. And yet the hospitality aspect somehow is very ameno, it's very warm, it's very friendly. And I think that is what I like most about it, is it's not austere. It's expensive, it's not overly expensive, it's a fair price. But you really are getting quality for money. You're not leaving like, oh gosh, that was a waste. The opposite.
Good.
You have a head chef who is quite exquisite. And I suppose a lot of the setup runs around Diego's offerings. Tell us a little bit about the setup of Boho and its gastronomy delights.
Of course. So we are very, very lucky to have Diego del Rio as our executive chef. So he's been working with us right from the beginning, from the opening of the hotel. And he's bringing a very, very, a mix of traditional cuisine, proximity products. So he's using the freshest products you can find in the market from here, from Malaga. He's from Malaga. So he's sharing that to the world, because he's been, of course, working in Paris and many other international places. So different techniques, but keeping the essence of Malaga, which is very important to keep an identity. Now that there's so many different restaurants opening, so many chains, that is good because they enrich the country, the city, but also it's important to keep your identity and personality. So I think this is a very nice thing that we do. And also, it's not only that we keep that in the restaurant, but we are opening this Thursday a new pop-up Andalusian patio.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It is, I mean, the installations you have for that are so
Yeah.
typically Spanish. The setting is so idyllic. It's a beautiful way to spend an evening. If it's anything like it was last year, I'm in.
It's similar, but we are just, it's getting better this year. We are going, it is like a patio. We have our Andalusian patio at Boho Club, and we tried to recreate, the essence of Marbella. So with the fountain, our orange trees, and that sort of thing. And then we had a different menu based on Andalusian tapas. So very different gastronomic, different things to taste. And also we will have flamenco show every Thursday from 8 o'clock. So we're opening this Thursday.
Congratulations.
So I invite everyone to come.
When I was a little girl, flamenco was everywhere.
Yeah.
And even till a few years ago, flamenco was everywhere. However, now it's quite difficult to find locally
Almost
where to
impossible.
go to see flamenco. So this is a beautiful
Almost
addition
impossible
to the
to
club.
find. How can that be?
Exactly. But there is, I think things go round in phases. So very well done on your part by the club to incorporate some traditional things. Because going to Boho, for me, is that it's an experience.
Yeah.
If I want to go and eat, yes, I go to the restaurant sometimes as well.
Yes.
Love the breakfast. You open at 8 in the morning?
8 in the morning until 11 is breakfast.
And
every
in
day.
Marbella again, to be able to go and have Eggs Benedict with 17-star service at 8 o'clock in the morning, easy to park.
Easy, super easy.
So-
That's a very good thing.
It's fundamental. It's
Yeah.
fundamental, particularly coming up now with all these good months.
All this
you want to
summer,
be able to park.
yeah.
So there's a lot of good things. It's a club which I think also sometimes makes people think that you have to be a member. But that's not the case. It's a
No.
club that's open to the public.
Not at all. Our restaurant is open every day, 7 days a week, from 8 in the morning, as you say, for breakfast. Then we have a different lunch options, a different menu than the one we have got for the night. So you can enjoy our kitchen every day, during all day. And then at night, we open our dinner service with our tasting, even a tasting menu or a la carte menu that is changing this Friday for San Juan. So we will have new dishes coming up.
So they're going to be a special event for San Juan, or is it just changing the menu, and then obviously you've got your brasseries there and your things that give that
We
San
are
Juan
going
flavor?
to have a very new, nice things. So we will have a new menu. We are going to have a sushi bar that is also new, that we will have also in our pool bar this summer. So it's a new thing that we are going to offer to our clients. And we will have also, you know, the fire show, and also you will be able to burn your wishes so they may come true this year.
Well, very exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice party this Friday.
So every day is also a party at Boho. The nice thing also, I think, to highlight is that Boho Club is a hotel.
Yes.
How many rooms do you have? How booked up are you? Because I think it's a nice staycation. Just go hang out all day.
Yeah,
at Boho.
you enter and, you know, it's a resort. We have got a hotel and we have got the restaurant. So the hotel, we just opened 10 new bungalows, just less, 1 month ago approximately. So super, really high standard bungalows. And now in total we have got 40 accommodations. So we have got 20 bedrooms and 20 bungalows. Super
Wow.
beautiful.
There really is growing, and you haven't been open that long, is it? What, 2 years?
No, 3 years.
3 years already.
We opened right before the pandemic started, and yeah.
It's quite a lot to maintain with all the staff you have, because you have a lot of staff to keep, obviously, the level of service and cuisine and kitchen and everything that you do. So please, everyone, support Boho Club Marbella, because there's a lot of
Will be
people
great.
working there.
Yeah, but people need to, yes, to know us, because some people think that we are only a hotel and some other people think we are a restaurant. So we share both things, and super amazing services.
Which I think is nice, why that you're quite a few people have come on the program from Boho Club, and I've gone to some lovely taste organised by Pilar Candil from Lima Producciones and Communications, and I've got myself with friends, and as I say, my son-in-law's sisters getting married there, and I felt very confident recommending that as a location, because you've got the Andaluz patio for the very romantic setting and pre-cocktail.
Yes.
And then it's not a big wedding, so you can go into the restaurant. And then you normally have a DJ as well.
We have got a DJ, yeah, every night.
So that way it's like you got the whole party in one place and easy to park. I mean, sounds so Marbella to me. It sounds like the perfect venue.
And we are renovating our terrace. So the new one is going to be an amazing new setting for drinks also after dinner, with also new lounge for cocktails before dinner. So we're going to have many more options to offer.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Did you live in Marbella before you started working with Boho?
Yeah, I moved here, I'd say 15 years ago. So long time ago. So I feel a local in Marbella.
Where are you from originally?
Malaga.
So you
Spanish.
are kind of local, but you must be very nice to find something that's so much fun, and you're so proud of right here in your city, because it is displaying the best of Malaga. As you say, with Diego, he buys locally. He does a lot of traditional local dishes, but just like really elevates them. And I love that you do vegan dishes. I have vegan family members, so that is a really big plus as well.
Yeah, and in the new menu, we have been working a lot on this, because more and more people are vegan nowadays, so it's increasing the demand we have got, and we've been working on this and offering more tasty dishes that can fulfill, you know, the vegan.
Well, we have a lot of famous athletes and sports names that come to Marbella, and as I understand it, more and more people from the sporting world are going vegan just because of the digestion process, and because it is healthier, not necessarily due to the animal or the cruelty aspect. They just know that it is easier and better to
Makes you
digest.
feel better.
So stop
That's it.
laughing when you hear people talking about veganism. There's a lot more to it than you probably know. Anna, lovely to see you.
So great to see you and to visit you here.
And I look forward to coming back to Boho Club Marbella
Please.
very soon.
Great.
If not before, for the wedding. Looking forward to
No,
that.
before.
Yes, definitely
I'd love
before.
to see you before.
Definitely have to
there.
come and check it out before. And I recommend that you do too. As you can see, that tomorrow night for San Juan, there's going to be special festivities at Boho Club Marbella, but you've also got flamenco Thursday nights.
And
everything's going on.
I have another surprise.
Okay.
Before we finish.
Okay.
We have got next week also, it's not only about, flamenco and that, but we have got a big patron party. We will host a patron party at Boho Club with international DJs, different menus and different cocktails, so it's going to be an amazing day.
We're looking forward to it.
Next Wednesday.
So you know we're going to be at Boho Club Marbella next Wednesday, Thursday.
You can be
Okay.
all week with us.
Just
From
get a-
Thursday on,
just
they
get a
can
room.
stay at the hotel,
Get
get
a
a
room.
room,
Stay.
because we have got so many events coming up.
Makes it easier. Just get your room. Ana, muchísimas gracias.
Muchísimas
Thank you
gracias.
very much. And a big thank
A
you to
pleasure.
CIT Marbella, because this week I'm welcoming Ana Lopez, the events manager of Boho Club Marbella. Thanks to them. CIT Marbella is a business networking association grouping together over 500 companies covering 80 different professions, and I think a great example of how even if we do the same things, we all do it differently, and it's the complementary aspect of us all doing it together for a better city that we need to focus on. So there you go. Big thank you to CIT Marbella for keeping us in the loop. Small and large companies are welcome to associate, and they're very well connected in the Spanish system and then grants and things like that. So do please check them out. Anyway, that's it for me at the moment. Thanks to Anna.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, hey. Hey, it's a brand new day.
Zero Hero, welcome to the Secret Garden. We welcome you.
It's a brand new
Hi guys, Kazatua is proud to welcome the Zero Heroes. So come on in and enjoy free soft drinks for anyone who is the designated driver. Thank you, Nicole.
So here we are at Everest. Very cool.
Yeah.
Stickers going up.
Hi, my name is Govinda. I'm from Everest. Welcome to Zero Hero, to Everest Fusion, to enjoy your cocktails, drinks, and happy hour as well. And food, of course, is delicious. Thank you.
Can change if we try.
Hey, hey.
Sophia Della is my intern. She's just 16 years old, and she's been coming to the recordings of Marbella now for a couple of months, actually more than a couple of months now, and I thought it would be nice to bring her back onto the plateau and have a little chat with her to see how she's found the experience, and also see how much easier, hopefully, this interview will be than the first one that we did about 6-7 weeks ago.
Hi, Nicole.
Good afternoon, Sophia Della. Welcome to Marbella Now.
Thank you.
So again, I've just said, Sophia,
Yeah.
sit there, let's have a little chat.
Surprise.
No surprise. Congratulations, you just finished your last exams. How do you call your exams? Your
IGCSEs.
IGSEs. Not O-levels, but IGSEs. You've been studying online,
Yeah.
which takes a lot of self-discipline, I would imagine. How have you handled it coming up to the exams and having to go to Gibraltar to do the exams? It must have been quite, is it overwhelming, intimidating, exciting?
Well, leading up to the event, I was kind of in like disbelief. Like I knew it was coming, but I couldn't convince myself that it was coming as well. So all I could just do is just study and just hope for the best and just know I've tried my best. And once I actually got into routine and started going there and doing them, it just became a custom. So it just felt like another day, and just get them over with and just do my best, really.
So you've done those. Obviously, you have to wait till when to get the results? August?
I have to wait till August 24th, around there, yeah.
I remember being on holiday in Marbella when I did my O-levels,
Right.
and ringing the school on that day and just like wanting to know how I did. It was a very, and then again for my A-levels, it's a very exciting process. Well, I think whether you pass or not, which I'm sure you will, but it's an interesting time because you're in limbo.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it now.
I
It's
just have
done.
my whole summer to enjoy, and then at the end of it, I have the I have the piece of paper and.
And do you know what you want to do afterwards? What are the next? What do they ask of you to decide now? What do you have to decide?
So in September, I am actually going back to school. And in order to go back to school, I actually have to pass 5 of my GCSEs, which I'm sure I have, so that'll be fine. I'll be moving on to my A-levels, so I have to do 3 A-levels. I've already chosen. I've done art, social studies, and economics. So
Fabulous.
yeah.
It's really a good grounding for
Yeah.
whatever you decide
Yeah.
to do in life.
Just decided to do something more creative, because that's what I felt like doing, and just something I enjoy, I think.
Which
yeah.
is the important thing,
Yeah.
because that will lead you then,
Yeah.
as they say, if you're working at something you enjoy doing, you're actually not working.
No.
You're just, as you say, creating and getting on with it and
Yeah.
being successful. Will you be studying here, or are you going abroad?
I'm studying here still. In
Yay! We wouldn't want to lose
No.
you. Well, I hope you have an amazing summer, that you really relax, enjoy yourself, and that you get the results that you're hoping for and more, so much more.
Thank you so much.
I give you an A+, 5-star, whatever
Yeah,
it
of
is.
course, of course.
Top marks, absolute top marks. This course you've passed with flying colours.
Thank you.
So, big thank you to my lovely intern Sophia, and a big thank you to you guys for joining me for another program. I'm going to say goodbye now, but when I do, after I do, I'm going to take you along with me to Puerto Banús, because there is a new project to create luxury villas, but the design concept is based on Lamborghini, no less. I have no idea how they're going to Lamborghini-ize the villas, but I'm looking forward to finding out, and very much to the presentation of this project. I thought you would like to join me, so off we go to Puerto Banús. But in the meanwhile, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. Remember to like and share the program, and check out my website, nicoleking.es, for links to the program, also to my Marbella Moments column in the Euro Weekly News, and our Zero Hero Good Food Guide, website zerohero.es, with an ever-increasing list of restaurants that support the safety of our local community. Hasta pronto, and enjoy Lamborghini luxury.
Let the music get to your heart. Let it set you on your way. No time to hesitate. Let it set you on your way. No time to hesitate. We are all the same.
All that is elegant. You guys look
So much
absolutely fantastic
trouble
tonight, and I know you're absolutely
tearing
going to love
us
what we have
apart.
planned and the brand unveiling for you.
Poison arrows
When we
shoot
think of luxury,
straight to
this
your
is most
heart.
definitely it. Here on the
We
coast
can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your time.
has been setting its countless
One,
and tonight, we'll have another stroke of
one, we are at.
the unveiling of Tierra Viva.
One, we are at.
Tierra Viva is the co-creator of two absolute
One, we are at.
One, will be giving a speech.
One,
But first, a video message from Sprinkleman himself.
And this is exactly happening in Marbella tonight. We are sharing together with Guy Glover a lot of attributes.
let the feeling into your soul. Let it set you on your way. No need to hesitate. Time to make a change.
At the key moment in
There'll be
Lamborghini,
no trouble tearing us
with
apart.
our esteemed partner,
Brothers,
we
sisters,
etch our legacy into the continent's earth.
we can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your time. One, we are at. One, we are at. One, we are at. One, we are at. We are at. One, 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 we are at. We are at.
Today is a very, very, very special day for the rest of the
We are at. We are at. We are at. Let the music get
Pasan los días.